Hi everyone, Loza Killers here, and today we're gonna review some Titan set from 2005. So I decided to review Roodaka, excuse me, today. So the queens of the Visuax queen, and I think, yeah, I do not own the box because I bought this Titan with the 3 Titans pack with 2005, which was called Voporak. And so I just have the instruction booklet, but again, the instruction booklet picture is the same as the box cover, so as the box front cover, so you will not miss anything. The art is the same as the other Titan set, so of course you got Roodaka, which kind of leap out from a circle, which this time is blue, which is kind of weird because on the other one it was yellow for Kitangu or red for Cedawak, which was from their color scheme, but as you can see, Roodaka, there is no blue at all, but I think maybe some silver circle or some black circle will not have looked that good, so maybe that's why they decided to make this blue, so do not know why. Bionicle white and air, and I think that's quite all. Then you have some instruction, in the instruction you have some another, it features some gimmicks white ears, so I think it will, it was shown on the back of the box. And you also got some instruction for the combiner set, which can be made if you own also Kitangu. So excuse me just for a minute. And yeah, so yeah, here's the combiner. Of course, you can make another combiner with just Cedawak and Kitangu. So in both ways, you still need Kitangu so to make these combiners. So here it is. I think they are canon on this one. Okay, I just destroyed my my instruction booklet. That's nice. And this time you got all the instruction for the combiner because on Kitangu and on Cedawak you got the instruction booklet for the second combiner. So in this one you got all the steps to if you want to build the combiner. And here some add for the 12 canister set released this year, so the Roodaka and then the Roodaka, excuse me. And then you got some ad for the Shadow Titan set, and I think that's quite all. Yeah, of course, some ad for the movie. And yes, and I'm gonna talk about the set right now. So of course, excuse me. Yeah, I will just have to yeah, destroy it part by part. I think, yeah, to show you precisely how it works to build some Roodaka. So of course, for those who don't like that, they can just paste on the articulation section part. I'm gonna try to destroy the shoulder part also, if I do this correctly. Okay. Okay, it's okay. It will be nice. Okay. So here's the torso part without the shoulder part. So as you can clearly see, it made this time on a Vaki pelvis, so it changed from the Metro pelvis we have already seen tons of times. And it's because it's kind of a strange frame, because if we put this out, we can clearly see all the frame and the parts used. So it's not technique beams this time, it's just all little parts like this one, for example, or this one, which are all linked together to make the body grow out, if I can say so, and then add the connector part, which will be useful, of course, to link the head. So the head, yes, I'm gonna talk about the head. So this time, you may remember Nidiki used the same Vaki head. So this time, it still used the Vaki head, but not all the other parts, like the disc launcher part and stuff like that. So it's quite new, and it's quite also original and interesting design, because as you can see, it used some techniques, system arms right here to make the eyes, so they are in turns orange. Then they put some laser saber, yeah, I do not have the right name, but the saber from Star Wars anyway, in black this time, to put this kind of white hair, which are really made with some baroque teeth, excuse me. And then you have the mouth, which is really nice. It's all on this little, there was a hole in the Vaki head, so they use it to make this mouth, which is kind of nice. And then you got also some parts of hair with a Visuax, excuse me, some Visuax legs here, of course. So it's really a kind of a nice head, and it will be way used and kind of really used by mockers later in the same way to make some female characters. And I think we can also say it was really overused in my opinion, but still. And then to cover this body, we're gonna add some metal foot right here. Is some add-on with the little throwback foot, and then on the back also you can see it's covered. It's not like Sidowak, who has not any covered back. It just got the beam. This time you got also the metal part, and then this particle, which is really nice because if you look on the side, it really makes some curves on the characters. You can clearly see all the back curve and then the bottom curves, and then it will go with the legs and with the tights. So it's really a nice hidden design model, but I will talk about this later. So then we're gonna add the shoulder parts, which in fact, yeah, are the same we have now this Makuta. So it's just some technique beam in this position, and then at the top of this we're gonna add some connector to link the arm. So this time we're gonna put this like that. Yeah, of course, the white arm, as you can see, it's just a Visowak leg right here, and then you have the custom launcher because it's a Roodaka launcher. So the Roodaka was a collectible of this year, projectable, if you can say so. And so it's this time, as you can clearly see, it's not the whipcord that you have to push off. It's it's the launcher itself you have to push off. So it's really a nice design, as you can see, and it's linked, it's held by the ends by the arms to this. It's linked to the arms. Excuse me. It's all to the arms with this little part. So you can clearly see if you put this with a little axle, it will not fall off or anything. So it's really a nice custom Roodaka design. But I may talk about this later, I think. I'm just okay. Oh yeah, excuse me, I just look at the wrong stuff. Maybe I just have to check the instruction booklet to show if I've put the part in a good way, but and then it will be alright. So yeah, then we're gonna add the second shoulder, which is kind of the same. Yeah, of course we have to do some breast on her. So this time they're gonna use some washy head, which is really nice, I think. It's really imaginative also, and also this technique will be used on tons of mugs from female mugs. So everyone will use some washy heads to make the breast, but remember that it's at a Titan scale, so on a canister scale it doesn't really look that well. So here it is. So it's really nice, and you still get the, as you can clearly see, here you really have some curve and shape, so it's really nice in comparison, for example, to Kitangu or the other Titans like Sidowak, other stuff. They do not have as many curves as Roodaka. Then we're gonna put this waxy teeth right there, waxy eyes, excuse me, not the teeth. And then I think we're gonna add this part right here also to link the two. And yeah, so the left arm this time it's the same as the Sidowak's right arm. So this means no, excuse me, this is from Kitangu's right arm. So this is the same system. You have a double connector, you have two throwback feet right there, and then you have some gears and some long axle right here. And when you just turn that, you can see it have some open position, opened, and then if you turn this a little more, then I may able to show you the closed position right here. So it's just like that. So it's the same gimmick. So it's kind of okay in my opinion. Not really that interesting for me, but still. And then we have finished the upper body part, which is really already it's a masterpiece in my opinion, because it has not really any big flaws. So we're gonna see what they have done with the legs this time. So as you can see on the legs, they use the famous technique of two Titans connector and then put some axle and fill the hole with some parts. So this time they do not put some technique beams, but a slicer or throwback lift arm right here. So it's kind of nice this time. Then some Robo Rider's head to cover the hole, and on the side you have this strange mishmash of parts right there. And it's okay. It's very nice. This part, the lower part of the legs is the same as the Sidowak one, so with just one Visowak legs on it, so really nothing to talk about on this one, I think. and then you have the feet, which are really nice because it look like some high heels, as you can clearly see right here with the Metro feet parts. So you can see also it's made with a connector Titan's part. So this one is in fact linked at first. The axle hole of the Titan connectors is linked with yes. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take at the start. Yeah, so yeah, on the axle right there, they put some axle, of course. They link this axle with the metro part, and then, as you can clearly see, with just some robot and stuff like that. So on these two sides, here on this part and on this part right there, we can put this part, and there we go. Everything is linked and put together very well. And you have the rest of the feet, so it's really a nice job again. And that's quite all. Of course, the second leg is symmetrical, so it's the same but in the reverse way, as you can see, in the symmetrical way, so like a mirror, of course. And I think that's quite all for the set itself. So I'm just gonna pause him, maybe do a little turnaround, because when I recorded my video review of the Trouser Titan, I think I forgot to do some turnaround, and it's really useful anyway to show all the parts in his complete form. So yeah, excuse me, of course, for the cam, I'm gonna just adjust it right. Oh, okay. Yeah, the problem with the 2005 Titans is the fact that because they are really little, they tend to fall off easily. So we'll have to wait 2006 and the new pneumatic system, if I can say so, to have some Titans which stands right and do not fall off. I think it's okay. Excuse me if you can fall off in the front, and I think that's quite odd. So yeah, of course I not talk about the color scheme, but I think you have seen it for you have saw it for the first of the reviews. It's just black and silver, so really classic, but kind of well done in my opinion, even if it's really not original at all, if comparison, for example, to Kitango. But again, I think this is the first time it was used in a Titan set. Oh no, it was also released in Newark. It was also just a black and silver color. So yeah, so the application section now. The head can look down, up, the side, and that's all. Then you have this. Okay, that's okay if it's full. So yeah, you have this ball joint, so you can turn this all the way down and up. Of course, this block at 90 degrees because of the whipcord right here, the whipcord parts. And of course, the gimmick, I've explained this earlier, but excuse me. In fact, you just have to fire this like that. So you just have to launch it, and of course you're supposed to put more strength, but if I put more strength, this thing will fly on and maybe just go behind my desk, so it will be a pain in the neck to find it behind my desk. So that's why I do not really launch it, but I think you know how to work what you launcher. If not, just check out one of my reviews on the visor rack or on the Roodaka. And then the second arm got the same articulation on this, on the shoulder part. On the elbow, it's like limited at 90 degrees. And of course, you have this little gimmicks right here. And I think that's quite, oh yeah, of course, yeah, the legs, not the lower part of the body. So, of course, there's no problem on the pelvis part right here. Here it blocks at 90 degrees, so it's like all the, it's like Kitango and Sidorak. And the feet can be put in different ways, so I think it's really nice. So here we go. So you can still make some nice pose, I think, with this one. Apart from the usual limited articulation, usual 90 degrees limitation on the arms and legs. But apart from that, I think you can do some nice pose. And I think that's quite all on this set. So I think, as you may have understood, This is one of the greatest Titans ever, in my opinion. No, well, seriously. It's okay, I do not own every of them, I don't own that much vehicles, but in terms of pure Titan set, just two-legged one, I think this is one of the best because of the design. So it's kind of the first one of Premier, because this is also the first one we got some female characters in Titan form, I think. Maybe we have seen some later, I do not remember exactly, but I think they were all male, I think. And this is maybe the only Titan female character we've got, and it's almost perfect in terms of design. There are really no flaws because I think all the proportions are well made, personally. The proportions are well made, and it's got tons of curves, which are really nice in Bionicle, because you may know that with just technique beams and stuff like that, it will be really just blocky. Just look at, for example, Sitowak is really got blocky body parts, but just look, excuse me, if you look on the side of this Titan set, it's really wonderful in my opinion, because you have all the, of course, all the famous curves of a woman, of course. So you have the breast curve right here, and then as you can see, it's fall off on this part, and just go with the tight right there, which are kind of in a upper position, if I can say so. Also, they this time decided to do some nice yes, they decided to do some nice back, because sometimes it's just a yeah, just a flat pack of technique beam, but this time they still do some parts like the power to close, which really look nice on the bottom parts right here. And so yeah, and then finally you have some height aids. So of course not every woman just wear height aids, but still it's still I think yes, they do a good job. And I on the gimmick section also, I think they take the two best of the two best gimmick of the two Titans. So you have on the side the custom launcher, which is really nice this time. Maybe I think it's yes, I think it's best than it's better than the Sidawak and Kitongu one, because the Kitongu one kind of got its flaw because it's fall off easily, but this time it's really nice. And also you have this little Kitongu's gimmick we use right here, which is also nice. Even if I prefer the blade, the spring Lewan US blade of Sidawak, but still. So yeah, the color scheme is classic. And I think it's maybe chaotic, but I don't see really any bad points on this one, apart from the 19 degrees limitation, and maybe the fact that it tends to fall off easily, depending of the pose. Even if you have seen in this review, I did not have really any big problem with the pose stuff. But apart from that, yeah, I think that's a must-buy set, because it's really it's have an important one in the storyline, because it will be reused even after 2005. And yeah, it's also an interesting character because it's got tons of technique, of building techniques, so like the body, for example, or like the legs and stuff like that, or like the custom launcher. So yeah, tons of technique builds. The part packs, I think, is quite okay, not really impressive on this side, because you got tons of silver parts already released before, apart from some of theirs. So yeah, the part packs is not really that, it's just okay, it's not really impressive, but the overall design is a masterpiece, the technique building are really nice, and so I think this is a must-have Titan set for each Bionicle fan. Wait, just get your hands on this one. This is really the typical femme fatale, and it's really a nice one. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this review on the Visorax Queen, Roodaka, and see you later for another video review. Bye bye!